Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the WD Black Open Cup powered by AMD Ryzen with the Esports Club as the esports partner. We're back to continue the lower bracket quarterfinal sets, and today it's gonna be Zegg versus Biryani Power. I'm CA, joined by Aggressive this time on the desk, and I'm really excited for this matchup. Aggressive, how are you feeling?
This is gonna be a match for the books as well. Both of these teams, they had a rough start to this tournament, but still they are fighting hard, and they have now reached this far into the lower brackets quarterfinals. Let's go into the map video screen and talk a little bit more about the matchup, because the first map that we are gonna be going into is gonna be Vine, and it's gonna be the home ground for both of these teams. I really don't know who to give the cake to for this particular map.
Yeah, when you've got such prolific race players on either of the sides, Vine does become like a very comfortable map for either of the teams. So it is once again the discussion that like me and Preeti were having in the earlier set, wherein the first map, it's so important to getting off the right start for in a best of three series when you're in this low bracket area, because it's much harder to fight from your back knowing that it's your tournament life on the line. So I feel like the team that takes the first map might just end up giving us a 2-0. Considering how close these teams are, I think it's likely we see a Haven today.
That's for sure. But at the same time, we never know. It is gonna be a fight between Dubmania on that race, and of course, we know for a fact that who was it exactly who played the race on before it? I do believe it was Benji.
No, I think it's Chromes who's gonna be picking up the race for Zeg, if I'm not mistaken. We'll find out in just a second though here. We are in the agent select screen, and yeah, as you mentioned, Dubmania, wait, actually, hold on. No.
What?
This is 100% a bait. It has to be a bait. But for Zeg, it's standard. Roach on that Reina. Chrome should be picking up the race here. Kusif, Omen, Reeve, Sova, and Benji on this cipher. Now, Beyond, yeah, there we go. Dubmania now back to his race as we expect. Beyond should be picking up the Jet or the Phoenix here. I'm not expecting Arena.
That's for sure. But at the same time, going for a single duelist double sentinel composition as well could be a smart pickup for their side. But as they are on the attacking side, it will be a big question mark for me in the long run. And it seems as though Beyond, he can't really decide who he wants more. Does he want that Jet? Does he want that Phoenix? Dubmania should be obviously going for that race. But let the players decide what they want to play. Let's talk a little bit more about the matchup itself, because you do have to remember that coming out from the side of Zeg, they do not have the dash combination with the race. So I do believe that there will be some follow-up problems coming out for the side of Chromes. But at the same time, if Roach is able to get the first initial pick off as he uses the blind to allow the entry down into the site, I do believe that it will be a little bit more simpler for the side of Zeg. But at the same time, the same problem is on towards the side of Biryani Power as well.
Yeah, I think both of the teams, very similar compositions, of course. The key difference being the Reina versus the Phoenix and the Killjoy versus the Cypher. So it's going to become a matter of which team is really able to use their utility to perfection, because without that Jet, as you mentioned, you don't have like that direct free entry to site with that tailwind. So you're going to have to be on point with how you place your utility, able to make sure they are clearing out the corners as you need to. Now, in general, I do prefer the Reina to the Phoenix on this map because of the corners you can set up the lure through. But having said that, I do think that the run it back on the attacking side can be a phenomenal option to use to just instantly infiltrate the site. And as we normally expect, like on the attacking side, every round you get is so much more valuable than on the defense where it's so much simpler. So we'll see if Beyond is able to find the running back more than 2 or 3 times and able to help his team out on the basis of that.
It's all based upon the outpoint control. Whichever team can get control of it faster will be the ones to come out on top in a lot of these engagements. And already Dubmania is going to be the first one to take the outpoint down here from the side of the shower angle. On the back end, Dubmania may be able to get a couple of kills of his own, but still holding strong is going to be the side of the Cypher. Checking out the cameras, does spot out Beyond as he's pushing up from the side of Showers himself. The camera has been taken out, and Benji in the prime position to try and get a couple of picks of his own. The nades are going to be coming on through with the boombot onto the side of the hookah angle, but nothing can be found just yet, as it seems as though both of the teams are just sizing each other up and seeing who makes the first mistake and who makes the first move on the map of Bind.
I will say that while I get the idea behind the race picking up the ult-up, I would have preferred Beyond doing so because of two reasons. One, the race ultimate is 7 points, the Phoenix ultimate 6 points, and two, like the running back is just much more reliable as compared to the showstopper, which is much more skill based. So we'll have to see if Dabinia can make use of that. Nevertheless, though, back to this round, the execute coming through. Now on to site, it's Domania. Hey, I think I have to take back everything I said. Picks up a really nice first kill that creates a lot of space for his team. But look at this, on the flank already is the opposition ace. But Haku with the jiggles, he picks up one and Domania with another. The grenade refresh, it will clear out CT and allow the plant to go down. 5 versus 2 now. It is...
It is gonna be one of those plays, but I do feel a little bit bad for Kusum right there to get headshots right through the smoke as the entry was coming on through, but already a damage has been done, ladies and gentlemen. Aku getting the first initial kill down on the Kusum. One more member remaining down onto the side of CT itself, and everyone is just hunting him down. A dog pile for their Cypher, but the Cypher actually gets one kill. He may be able to get a second. Goes in for the reload. The shots are not connecting. Benji actually gets a double kill. Sorry, not a double kill. Sorry, one kill before he actually dies out in that situation. Somebody being able to shut down that sneaky Cypher. A good play from all the members of the side of Biryani Power, and already 0-1 on the scoreboard, and such a beautiful entry coming out from Dubmania as well. Initially, CA, we did talk about the fact that, hey, maybe the side of Biryani Power will have a little bit more of a problem because with that Phoenix Flash, you're not really going to be able to enter down into the site really easily, but it seems as the Biryani Power, they're ready for it.
Yeah, it does feel like Biryani Power, they are accustomed to it, and they really are the epitome of the idea of comfort grenade, the meta. Even the last time we saw them in the round of 16, they were looking so good running that no flash composition on Haven. So hey, they have shown us already that they can be very strong when they are dictating the pace, and now doing so here in this showers. The flash comes out. Beyond ends up flashing Dubmania, who goes for the early peek, but it doesn't matter because he picks up the kill himself. And now that ult point control coming up huge. It's Chromes though pushing through the smoke, able to drop 2 pellets into the head of Beyond and take him down. The trade did come through for Zegg at the end, with Dubmania picking up the kill, but it did mean that at least one weapon down from Roach. Now you can see Roach chimes in, finds another, but Dubmania again ready with that Phantom, finds his triple, has that grenade refresh and will clear out CT. The showstopper ready as well. This should be a comfortable round for Biryani Power to close out.
That's for sure, Panzer. He's in a prime position of his own, but Dubmania goes in for the white swing and the headshot to boot onto Reeve, taking him out immediately. And that is going to be a comfortable 0-2, but at the same time, a very successful eco round as well from the side of the defenders. Them being able to get those first 2 initial kills basically means that they are going to be able to get that economic advantage, but at the same time, they were not able to deny the spike plant and go in for a full play of their own. I would have expected the side of Zegg to opt to go for a fast rush onto the side of A, B short, or maybe go down onto the side of A short to try and get those advantageous fights, but instead they opted to go in for the solo play, but in the long run, still a successful eco round to boot as we go into the first fire round now for the side of Zegg.
Yeah, now you can see 5v5 for a 5 stack for Biryani Power here on that. As Panzer, he's gonna be the one to find the first blood. A long push as well as a hookup push happening, meaning no time given to Zegg to really rotate the showstopper. We talked about Dubmania using it properly, and he already has a 3rd round in finding a kill and creating so much space. Now in the CT hold, gets taken down, but the trades do come out. It's Brad with 1, Percromes with another. But the 1v3 in the favor of Biryani Power in their bonus round aggressive. Right now, there's only dubs for Dubmania and Biryani Power.
Such a beautiful round as well, but at the same time, Probes, he could be the deciding factor for all of this. Down in this 1 versus 3 situation, you may say that it's impossible, but anything is possible if you have the heart for it and if you have the skill to do so. But at the same time, with all the positioning I am seeing coming out from the side of Biryani Power, this does seem a little bit too, like, this seems a little bit too impossible for their side. Beyond's gonna be chiming in with a couple of his own headshots. Picks up the Glitch Pop Phantom to boot as well. You gotta have those extra 10% headshots by having that Glitch Pop in your hand. That's gonna be 0-3 on the scoreboard, and a very successful first buy round coming out from the side of the attackers.
I mean, I know, right? A beautiful skin just makes you play so much better. Not a game thing, but hey, placebo OP. That's the fact of it is. And as long as you have that online, like, hey, you play like Straight up, like the way Dubmania is playing right now, like 9 kills to his name. Like looking at the scorecard, I noticed that he's already refreshed 2 points of his ult, and that showstopper being online early is going to be huge. But now you can see the aggressive push from Combs with the Bocky. Even though he gets displaced by the satchel, able to pull out that shotgun fast enough to get the first blood. Now Beyond ready to avenge his teammate. He found a trade, but Kusuf with these one taps, you've already seen it in action against Godlike. Now again, Benjay chiming in. Zegg fighting back, ready to pull off the Nifty.
Sometimes it feels as though every single time I see Zegg, they are the gods of ecos. Every single time, when it comes to those eco rounds, they are such a dangerous force. It feels as though they are way better when it comes to hitting headshots with these deagles comparison to the rifles, which is such an awkward thing to say, but at the same time, they are showcasing what they can do when they have these pistols in their hands. And already a Thrifty in the most. Haku could be the deciding factor though, but with only 51 HP and 1 bullet from the Sheriff will end him entirely, but still a couple of Vandal bullets could be the thing that they need to close this one out. The headshot's already supreme, but the pistol is gonna be there, the classic. 1 burst, that's all that he needs. But still, good damage in the long run, but a very successful Thrifty round coming out from the side of Zegg.
Yeah, and absolutely huge to Zegg's economy here. Being able to pick up a Thrifty this early keeps the hope alive on the defense, because you don't want to be in a cascading loss on the defensive side in terms of eco, because it just becomes that much easier for the attackers to infiltrate your side, and doing so make sure that as the favored side, favored half on this map, means that you're not actually getting any advantages, and it just ends up being a severe loss for your team as a whole. So the fact that Zegg able to pull off a Thrifty, as you said, we've seen it from them so many times. They really are like gods in these eco rounds, and I hope they're able to translate this sort of prowess onto their buy round here, because they need to win this to stabilize their eco completely. Because Biryani Power themselves, despite having lost to Thrifty, given the fact that they won 3 rounds back to back, still have the eco to get buys throughout. So it is a full buy versus full buy on both of the sides. Biryani Power this time taking it much more slow, a cautious approach as they spread themselves out. Look for some info, the turret to hold down B short while you see this double push towards B long. The rest of their team gathered around the showers. So far, a lot of control for Biryani Power.
A lot of map control has been established. The L point has not yet been picked up, so they're opting to wait for it just yet. Soon enough, though, getting picked up by the side of the Sova, but L point control has been established and set onto the side of B long itself. Now the shots are going to be coming on in. This is, I do believe, a fake onto the side of B, but Panzer, he bites up a little bit more than he can chew. He gets tagged down to only 80 HP of his own accord, but still, very much possible for their side to come on back from it. Things have slowed down quite heavily on both sides of the map, and it seems as though Biryani Power, they're second guessing themselves. They don't know which side to go for exactly, but with only 30 seconds left on the clock, they need to make the commit right here and right now, ladies and gentlemen. Beyond using the running back, now clearing down onto the side of Lamps itself. No members have been spotted just yet. He may be calling that the side A is clear, but this could be a rotation call down onto the B side itself, and the positions are not being known down, but Haku, he's actually flying in the air. Benji, he actually uses that trap fire beautifully. He gets one, but with only 10 seconds left on the clock, they need to go in for the plan. But every member of the side of the defender is going to be rushing on in. Plan gets one, Beyond gets the double, but Kuzuf's going to be chiming in with a couple of his own, because Kuzuf gets a triple, ladies and gentlemen. But now look down behind you, it's going to be Panzer on that lurk, and maybe he could be the deciding factor for all of this.
Panzer, so sneaky in this position, knows exactly where the spike is, but needs to pick up Haku first. The defuse is going down, though. Panzer, you need to spray. He's not going to end up doing it. Panzer a little too slow. Takes down Reef, but Kusuf with the 4K will take him out, and damn, that was a chaotic end of the round. Like, literally, a roller coaster. We started off nice and slow, just slowly getting through the motions. Like, you know, when you're in that theme park, and the roller coaster is just like going and going, and all of you are just like, get to it already. I want the ups and downs. As soon as the ups and downs start, you start screaming all together, and that's exactly what that round was. Like, I'm not sure the number of trades that went out within the span of 5 seconds, but the fact that it happened so quickly shows the real caliber of both of these teams. But at the end of it, it was Zegg able to come out on top with the side control. The retake happening mere seconds after the plant was done, so they had more than enough time to set up the dark cover, go for the ninja defuse, and pick it up. Now, for me, aggressive, I think the really interesting thing to note from that round is, if I'm not mistaken, did Benji go for like the vertical trap fire across the window in that? Like, what? Oh my god. I've only seen that in solo queue, never in pro play.
Well, that trapwire does work out once. Like, even if you play on
Yeah.
very high level lobbies, that can work out maybe once, but after that, teams are gonna be like, nope, we're not gonna be jumping out of hookah from the left hand side, we're gonna be going in from the right itself. But still, Haku, he went to the gymnasium, he was just floating up in the air, Benji giving him the workout of his life. But still, that was a little bit of a comical moment, but in the end, it is all for the stream, ladies and gentlemen. A good play from Benji as well. Using these unpredictable trapwires can catch your opponents off guard, and him having the prowess and the knowledge to go for these really working out in his favor. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be 2-3 on the scoreboard, and it's going to be a save round coming out from the side of Biryani Power. So let's see what they can do exactly to come out on top in this engagement.
Yeah, Biryani Power, they really have to try and cause some damage here because it is their eco and Zegg in prime position to pull off the equalizer here, make it 3-3. Now you can see Biryani Power, they're going for the eco rush, but they're delayed by that grenade coming through. But the wall now for Beyond setup, the push is coming in, but the spray from Yusuf and Kroos! Oh my god, the lineup perfect! Kroos finds the third, the grenade to find his fourth. Like pop, 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 head behind, head. Chrome's having a field day with Zegg right there.
This guy's an absolute lawnmower. This guy's like, he just started shooting, crouched down, and he's like, oh, I got 3 kills. Alright, I've got to throw out a name. Oh, I got a 4th kill. Alright, sure, flawless round for me. Why the hell not? Everything just worked out in his favor. The stars aligned as well as the players, ladies and gentlemen, for Chromes. And that is the beauty of Valorant sometimes. But still, that was an eco round coming out from the side of Biryani Power, so no harm, no foul. This is going to be the second buy round for their side, and let's see what they can do to come out on top in this engagement. And I do believe that they should be playing it a little bit more slow, but Chromes, he gets tagged out straight through the smoke. A beautiful spray coming out from the side of the Omen. But now, with only 8 HP, he's going to be playing it a lot more defensively on this round.
This is the full buy round for Biryani Power and they're gonna have to make it count here. And already you can see Brad, he's found the vengeance. This time at a shot, it is the script flipped around. Biryani Power pick up the first blood, take down Chromes, and that's gonna feel good. Like right the round after Chromes was able to just instantly obliterate your team, taking him out really early in the next round, it does make you feel nice and happy, get ready to go forward into the round itself. Now the lockdown set up, Biryani Power ready to execute onto B side.
His camera positioning is just so good, but at the same time, Benji, he's in no man's land. No one's pushing it just yet. And he's gonna get caught out already. That was a beautiful play as well from their side, but with that recon ball deep inside of the side, they're gonna be able to find that person that shall pick off. The ultimate has been popped from the side of Dumpini as well, not being able to get a kill, but he has a rifle to nonetheless to get that first initial kill down, shutting him down already. Brad chimes in with his own straight on the Kuzu, and Dumpini, he's rushing on in. He wants that kill down on the Reeves, and he's gonna be able to shut him down, send him into the next dimension with that glitch pop phantom in hand. That, ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be 3 and 4 on this scoreboard and a very beautiful execution. But at the same time, see, I do believe that Benji, he got caught out of position.
Yeah, Benji in not the greatest of positions there, being caught off like in that manner does sort of just like crumble all of Zegg's defense as a whole. But props to be given to Biryani Power, like the fact that they got the first blood in a shot, made the rotation happen to be, used their lockdown to facilitate a push. That ticks off all of my check marks. Spread yourselves out, get your info, check. Use your utility to enable your push, check, and then execute in a right manner around that utility. Another big check. So Biryani Power doing really well to take the lead once again. And it does mean that at the end of the day, despite these rounds being neck and neck is really great for the attacking side, I believe.
That is for sure. And both of these teams are at each other's necks. And I do believe with this tactical pause that the side of Zegg, they need to understand what exactly they are doing wrong. Primarily, I do believe that it's all coming down to the defensive holds that they are doing. They're not opting to play for the retakes as much, and they're opting to just hold down the sides a little bit too much. Them losing this man advantage like this, them playing these type of aggressive angles, they don't really need to, especially when you have that Reyna. Your retake potential is really strong. You can throw out the Leers, you can throw out the raised grenades, you can use the satchels to get aggressive control over all of the sides. Plus, you do have the Sova alive, so you don't really have to worry about much of them hiding around the corners because you as the Sova have not really used much of your utility, maybe a couple of shock darts, but the recon is still there and so is the drone. So I'm really hoping to see either they take much more aggressive control of the entire map or they opt to go for much more of the slower playstyle and play from behind the sidelines.
Yeah, I do feel like we could also see a bit more crossfire setup from them, a bit more like gambly play in terms of stacking a particular site. Because when they do end up doing that, they're going for the peaks. Now, hey, if you're able to find peaks like that, Kusuf finding the one tap onto Haku, it works out perfectly. The Hunter's Fury now coming up, but Brad, oh my god, behind enemy life right now, the sneaky plays. Brad, the Chad really picking up the huge kill and the push here, able to get A side completely open. But look, again, they get the kill, they get the pressure, they rotate off onto the other side.
The Maniac got caught in no man's land though in that situation, but still, that is going to be a really good rotation play coming out from them because on the B side, it's only Benji to try and find something out for their accord. But look at the trap point positioning. I'm a little bit scared if they get caught by it this time around, but he just thought he's going to be able to dodge that one out to say the very least. Get the spike line down as well, but Panzer, yeah, just crosshair straight onto the head of Benji, taking him out almost instantly. That's going to be 3 versus 3 on the map and a retake situation now for the side of Zegg.
Biryani Power are positioned really well over here to go for the retake given their different angles, but the time they are being delayed because of this killjoy utility is going to cost them a lot. Panzer picking up 1 kill and now holding down elbow so damn strong will mean that Zegg not actually able to push through. The Hunter's Fury ready as well, meaning more time being delayed from Zegg on the retake. Panzer with the wraparound. First the elbow kill, next the wall. He single-handedly held on to this side. Of course, with a little help from that laser beam and the Hunter's Fury, but Panzer causing so much time lost for Zegg when that the retake was never possible. Add insult to injury aggressive. Reeve goes down to the spike blast.
This was a really important spike blast kill as well because in that situation, if Reeve was able to survive, that was another extra gun for their sidelines because this is going to be a really broken buy coming out from a lot of their members. This is their last buy round, and if they had that gun, they would have been able to comfortably go for another buy in the following round as Reeve would have had a lot of extra money to work with. Basically, Panzer, he came out on top in that engagement. Even though he died, he was able to get 3 kills with all of his other team members being able to survive fully, still having full armor on their favor. So a lot of the snowball economy effect is in the favor of the side of Biryani Power. Now on a 3-5 scoreline, they're looking to get the much more of the bigger advantage, forcing the side of Zegg into an eco in the following round if they win this one out.
5. You can see for the side of Biryani Power, they've got this ultimate online with the ulta being picked up beyond. That's exactly what is going to be the catalyst for the push for them. They run it back to enter the site, but it's Benji picking up the first kill. The backup there to take out the run back clone, but Dubmania not covered, meaning he picks up a double, gets a site entry, and allows Panzer to pick up another. 4 versus 2 right now on the map, but Reeve answering back, and Kusuf winning the duel. Dubmania shots did not land there. Does mean that the action just slowed down for a second. It's 2v2, but oh my god, aggressive Panzer again on the look.
This guy is a boogeyman. I swear to God, every single time I see him, he's always on the alert. He gets a first initial headshot. He wants to get this kill down with Kusuf as well. Kusuf in the prime position to get killed off on his own accord. Beyond knows exactly where he is, but Panzer's gonna be there to shut him down in his own accord. 46 HP is not enough to survive this OG lurker known as Panzer, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be 3-6 on the scoreboard. And now, the entirety of the side of the defenders are going to be forced onto an eco round, I do believe. No, they're going to be able to go in for one more buy before they're going to be forced onto the eco.
It's going to be a bit of a forced buy though, because considering that I think more than 2 players will likely end up on those light shields. Yeah, looking at the scorecard, I noticed that it is just that Sheriff for Kusuf. Don't get me wrong. As far as Kusuf is concerned, the Sheriff might as well be a Vandal. He's just going to land the one taps left, right, and center. But a couple of buckies for Chromes and Reeve, a Sheriff for Benji as well, and with Roach with no shield. This is basically an eco, but Roach not going for the eco exactly. So a very mixed buy situation. The team not necessarily on the same page here, and that's going to start costing them. Already, you can see Haku, he's picked up the first blood, and with that presence created towards A shot, Biryani Power this time trying to switch something up. They don't want to go for the rotation, they might just force the side here.
That is for sure, and I do believe that Roach in this situation opted to play for this Phantom because if you get that 1 kill with that Reina, you do have that heal to come out on your top engagement, but at the same time the damage is already being done from the back end. It's going to be Kusuf and Benji getting a couple of kills of their own. Panzer though chiming in with his own shots, gets a kill down on a Roach before he can even react. and already this could be all but over for their side. Brad coming in from the left and Panzer coming in from the right. He gets pincered from both angles. That's going to be 3-7 on the scoreboard. And I do believe in the following rounds, they're going to be able to opt to go in for those full buys. As I suspected, Roach, he's going to be able to go in for that half shield and full buy for his sideline.
Yeah, Roach will not be able to get the guns, and yeah, actually he will, as you said, be able to get the light shield and get the phantom through. But right now, Roach not really getting the feast that Reina really demands off of her player. Like, he's only on 1 kill and so far hasn't been able to find the impact that we expect Reinas to have. And I do feel like that's starting to play into the minds of them a little bit, because you can see already the peaks coming through. Aku, he finds one, but Chrome's his body ready. The boom bot to find the trade kill. Not something we get to see often, but it is a bit of a funny interaction. Does mean that it's 4v4 on the map, and now the showstopper coming in as they push in. The boom bot with a rocket. What do you shoot at, the guy or the bot?
Pretty much, you just have to die in that scenario. Even if you get that kill, you're just dead. But still, Kusum is gonna be there to get the trades nonetheless. Even if you die out to the boom bot, that is what friends are for. And already the man advantage is towards the side of the defenders. Them being able to come out on top in those trades, in that chaotic engagement, just basically shows that they are calm and collected under all of this pressure as well. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Brad, he does have the spike. His team member is going to be going onto the lurk as well. That looked kind of awkward when it came through. Oh my god, see, that looked as though Owen's arms were... My god.
But Panzer, he's been so good throughout this map. Already finding 1 kill and now going for the rotate. Has his lockdown ready too, and could use it to just close off this map. Now he has to be careful about the trap fires here. And just as I talk about that, one tags Reeve out, one tags the Sova out on the side of Biryani Power. Brad not able to push through. Does mean the plant is delayed a little bit, but will go off nonetheless. Now you can see the lockdown coming through, but I don't think they're expecting Roach to be so aggressive. Both of the players of Zegg pushing in, they're able to take down the lockdown, but the trades come out. Hey, mechanical lockdown for you, like the agents' lives. That's always a positive trait for the side of Biryani Power. And damn, 8-3 on attack, on bind aggressive. Right now, Biryani Power, it looks like they got the biryani they wanted before the match.
That is for sure. They were hungry and they have their hunger satisfied as well. But honestly speaking, on this matchup, a lot of the things that happened in the last round was super smart as well. Panzer placing that lockdown aggressively instead of defensively was super smart. Because now placing that lockdown aggressively basically means that they need to push into that lockdown. And even if they don't, they waste so much time they're not going to be able to go in for a steady spike plan and one for a steady defuse. They risked it, and they were not able to come out on top in that risk, but it seems as though Kusum is going to be the first one to get a kill down on the Beyond, but Dumbmania is going to be there to get the trade. Trades are coming in left, right, and center, ladies and gentlemen. Chromes gets one on the Panzer. The Lurker has been gone down, but look at the positioning coming out from Reeves. He was in Nova Slap, and Brad once again goes in for the white swing and slaps him in the face with a bullet, and once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's already 2 versus 2 on the map, with the side being control onto the side of B, I do believe.
Are so up and down, but Brad, he's gonna push the lead even further, find the triple, and Roach, your position is revealed. You're gonna get blinded, you're gonna get hunted and likely taken down. But Biryani Power, they're just gonna play it safe. The crossfire already set up. Roach, even if you find 1 kill, it's gonna be so difficult. Will not even find that kill. Instead, it's Haku to finish it off the first half, 9-3 in the favor of Biryani Power. And I have to say, I am in awe of the way they were able to continuously recycle the utility. Like, I think this conversation between us dates back to when Jet was nerfed with her Cloudburst going down to 4 seconds. It was always a question of, will we see more of a Jet-less, the utility-based meta, with teams really starting to rely on those abilities to clear out particular areas as compared to the Jet's dash? And we hadn't seen too much of that just till recently. Obviously, the lower tier teams starting to bring that up. But the fact that Biryani Power able to do so well, the run packs, the showstoppers, the Panzer really on that killjoy with his mobile sentinel utility, all on point to facilitate their approach as a team, it does really make me proud, honestly, of the fact that they're carrying through this composition.
That's for sure, and I completely agree with you on that. But now, on this round itself. Look at the positioning from all the members of the side of Zegg. They're all onto the side of B, and this could be dangerous for them. Biryani, he gets a double kill on his own accord, and his double kill is going to be opening up so much, but the boom bot is still going to be present, ladies and gentlemen. Biryani's going in for the push. Kushum is going to be there to shut him down at the bare least, but still the trades are coming out on top for the side of the defenders, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be already 2 versus 4 on the map. It's going to be a fast rotation play onto the side of A, but look who's on the side of A. It's going to be Brad the Chad, as you just said before. He could be the one to shut everyone down.
Oh, the duo coming out. Brad though gets tagged down, is not able to do that. But the shot dots! Brad able to come up huge. Takes down the spike planter with the grenade ready for Chromes to take him down as well. Now that grenade lined up well, but it will not matter because his Panzer from the showers to clean up Chromes and make it 10-3. I don't think Biryani Power got the memo. Is the fast machine broken aggressive? Because like, do they know that they're on to the defensive side and not still on the attacking side?
Probably not, because after that B-log push came on through, I'm pretty sure that all the members of the side of Zegg, they were also surprised. They were like, why the hell are they pushing so aggressively on the pistol round itself? This is not an eco round. This is the first round of this half, and already such an aggressive push coming out from them just goes to show how much confidence they have as a team, especially with that Phoenix. When you have that Phoenix on your tables, you can throw out the curveball, immediately go in for a peek, and your teammates can come in aggressively on their own accord as well. Because normally what happens when you have that Phoenix flash in your arsenal, they need to respect it, and if they don't respect it, they're going to be in a pretty tough spot. Going up against a Reyna Lear, though, you can break the Lear and you can still take the fights if your teammates are coordinated enough. That's what Phoenix brings down to the table, and already we're going to be able to see it. It's going to be beyond being able to get one more kill of his own, but Panzer on that off angle. Panzer, he gets one dumping, he gets another, but Roach is going to be chiming in with a couple of his own kills. He's answering back hard, but still it's not going to be enough as Haku chimes in straight through the teleporter to take down one more. And a very beautiful round, to say the very least.
Yeah, a nice try from the side of Zegg there, but the fact that Roach had to use his dismiss on both of the kills, I believe, meant that there was no overheal, no real bonus. Like in those eco rounds, we see when the Reyna gets one kill and is able to overheal, then those are the rounds that, you know, might be flipped completely and she can just sort of turn the tables on the other team, able to sort of pick up a gun and then sort of carry her team through it. But the fact that he had to dismiss meant that there was no chance of that. Instead, it is Biryani Power now 11-3. The full buy is coming through for Zegg. But even with that, it's going to be a tough task considering that Kusuf actually just has a bulldog to his name. So, Zegg, they cannot afford a single misstep. They cannot afford any positioning error or miscommunication, because if you lose this round, you give up match point along with an eco advantage to boot, meaning you just completely, essentially just nullify your chances of being able to pull off a comeback. Now, the smokes as well as the cage set up, but all of this is just bait. They're trying to cause some damage, and they have done so. Roach and Reek taking up a kill. The Panzer was able to trade one out on the other side of the map, so it's still a 4v3, a one-man advantage in the favor of Zegg. The spike coming up now, they're going to set up the smokes, go for the
At the same time, it's gonna go straight through the smoke. Haku, I feel bad for him, but the shockers are gonna be raiding on him, but the recon bolt has not been broken. It's gonna be Benji being able to get that kill down on the Brad, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is gonna be spelling doom for the entirety of Biryani Power. But you do have to remember that this was their bonus round, so they were at the gun disadvantage, but they need to try and find something out at the bare least. Roach, he's in the prime position to get this kill down on the Beyond, but Beyond, he's second guessing himself. He doesn't want to go in for the peak, and he just wants to try and find as many exit frags as possible. But this was a really successful round coming out from all the members of the side of Zegg, and this is primarily because of the approach that they took. They took aggressive control down here from the side of A short, instead of playing it much more defensively, waiting for the push to come out from the side of Biryani Power, allowing them to dictate the pace of the entire fight. And this is the thing, normally when Biryani Power dictates the pace of the entire matchup, even if they're on the defensive side, they're always the ones to come out on top.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it does feel like the dictating of the pace, it is being done a lot by Biryani Power, and that didn't happen in the last round. Zegg was able to just sort of grasp the entire round by their claws and push forward aggressively, find the kills most importantly, and translate them into these power point advantages where they're able to take U-Haul and then hold it down, wait for the spike to come through, get the plant. So winning that round does force Biryani Power now onto an eco. It will need Zegg. They get that little bit of breathing room to just sort of reduce that scoreline difference bit by bit. Now the drone going through, the TP does reveal Zegg's positioning towards his B shot, so they're gonna have to be smart about how they approach this site, especially considering that Killjoy utility already set up to prevent any sort of aggressive push. The spam's coming out now to delay any window push, but they're not checking right below the window, Dubmania. Oh my god, no, they do check it. Dubmania, he has to get on to that. He's gonna do exactly that. Into the hands of Reese to be taken down. Props to Zegg for checking under that window.
That is for sure, but they're not going to be checking inside of the tube. It's going to be Panzer getting one. Panzer looking for a second, maybe able to find it, but the shot's too far away. Pretty sure Benji's going to be able to survive that for just a little while longer, but with only 96 HP, he needs to be careful. Beyond gets one more kill onto the back end, and he's going to be able to even things out once again, and it's already going to be a plant down on the safe side. They do not want to fight this Bucky whatsoever. They don't even want to look at it, but Reeve, he could be the one to try and get this kill. He's going to be able to find it, goes in for the spray, goes in for the taps. Takes out Panzer, and I will say that was a very successful run coming out from the side of Zegg, because this is now their do or die situation. You never want to give out match overtime towards the side of your match point, towards the side of your opponent. So this is where they need to make their stand. Otherwise, it could be all but over for them.
Yeah, absolutely. But this is the buy round gonna come through for Biryani Power, and I do notice that the lockdown is ready for Panzer, and I love the setup gonna come through. Actually, scratch that. They're bringing the Phoenix over. Say that when the lockdown is ready for the Killjoy, I'd like to see a 4-man stack at A, leave the Killjoy alone at B. So even if she does get rushed, she has the lockdown to just sort of set up and delay any sort of spike plant and enable her team to aggressively push for the retake. But instead they go for a 2-3 split, 3 on the A side, and now with this showers push, they're going for the flank, but the trap fire already set up to delay it. They can't really go. Oh, I just noticed though, Dubmania with the satchel pack able to bypass it, and the shrouded step from Haku. But the shrouded step gives away the noise, and Roach will pick up that first kill. But they don't know that Dubmania is here. He could just completely collapse any hopes of an execute onto this A side.
Wait, I think Roach knows though. He looked up at that angle for just a couple of seconds, and then he backed on off, but still. He's going to be backing on off a little bit too far. Dubmania missing him by just a bare second. This could be all that they need to push themselves down onto this B side, because they have the man advantage, and with no defensive smokes, they're going to be on the back foot.
Cage trigger.
Cage is set up though. The execution is going to come down, but the lockdown, this is what I was talking about, becomes so difficult to push through it, especially with this Hunter's Fury as well coming out. You see Biryani Power, they're committing everything they've got into this round, trying to delay any hope of a plant, and with this raise being detained here, it's not gonna happen. With just 18 seconds left, they're gonna have to go for the TP play, but on the other side of the map, the Sova and the raise already ready, so they're just trying to commit here, and they are making it work. Roach and Benji each get a kill, and despite those ultimates, Zegg come out on top.
Oh my god. Roach with a very beautiful headshot on the Brad as well. Roach was looking up in the sky, goes on down, swings the corner, and headshots Brad into the next dimension. Beautiful round coming out from all their members. But I have to say that aggressive play was smart coming out from the side of Biryani Power. But at the same time, when you go in for these aggressive plays way too much, that is going to be hurting you, especially in that last round. You use your lockdown to take aggressive control down here from the side of B. You were able to deter the attackers, but you pushed up way too far trying to get that kill down onto that one singular player, and you paid heavily for it. There are times to be aggressive, there are times to be defensive, and on that particular round, it was just a miss.
Roach? Okay, Roach, what was that flick? Panzer, okay, Panzer gets one put. Roach, oh my god, that triple was huge. And that sort of just removes any hope for a thrifty from the side of Biryani Power. Damn aggressive. Roach really starting to pop off here in the second half. He's really living up to the hopes that we had from that arena in that first. Already made his way to the top of the leaderboard. Roach might be the X factor for Zegg's comeback.
Remember you said that Roach is not having a good day on the 1 and 9 score line? He heard you. The caster's curse is real, ladies and gentlemen. Roach just popping the hell off, and that spray transfer, so crispy. That was such an eye candy to watch, that is for sure. But now on this round, it is going to be another buy round coming out from the side of Biryani Power. And at the same time, see, we always talk about the mental whenever it comes to these comeback scenarios. Your team is going to be feeling a lot of pressure because you just need 2 more rounds to win this one out. And if you're not able to, you're going to be starting to make a lot more mistakes. and you're going to be playing a little bit more, let's say, aggressively, as already you can see there are 3 members stacking on down on the side of B-Long.
Now the one-way set up on this A side, they're trying to find some sort of infinite advantage, but you can see Zegg, they're very smart about this. They're refusing to give it, but the long push, it worked out in the pistol. It works out once again. Damania gets one. Oh, Chromes with the showstopper, looking for more. The grenade is well set up, but Damania able to find the trade. Now a 1-for-1, but Chromes' grenade will find the advantage. Now the run it back for Beyond as he tries to pull something back. Will not happen. Instead, it's the Ultras wasted and B side left open for Zegg to take.
That was such a smart play from Beyond though. Beyond actually used his ultimate to survive the grenade that was coming out from the back end. He was able to survive for so long. How could he get a kill of his own accord with the pushes coming out from the back end? That's going to be match point, ladies and gentlemen, for the side of Biryani Power. But that ultimate play was just so crispy, CA. He was able to survive both the ultimate and also the grenade. Really smart plays from Beyond.
Yeah, and also able to delay Zegg from being able to push into the side. The fact that Chromes got a 1-for-1 in that situation, the grenade to get him another kill meant that Zegg could have easily just pushed in onto side had it not been for Beyond's ultimate. But as soon as they hear like that run it back come through, they're like, that second of hesitation just works in perfectly into the hands of Biryani Power, because then Haku is able to come through on the rotate, help them to ensure that the spike never gets down, and they pick up map point for themselves. Now you can see the setup once again. They've kept this killjoy at A. The grenade set up to deny a default truck plant as well as deny that easy U-Haul control, with the turret in a very defensive angle to try and just hold an aggressive push from happening. All of the approach from Biryani Power here is a polar opposite to their approach in the last round. They're stepping back. They're waiting for Zegg to come to them. I think that might be the smartest move to make here.
Playing it really smart, and they're playing it very slow. Biryani Power, they understand that they need one more round to close this one out. And from the side of Zegg, they're playing it a little bit too slow. This could be all but over for them, because you saw what happened before previously when they opted to go for very slow rounds. They were not able to close out a lot of the matchups, and that is what's going to be hurting them if they are not careful, ladies and gentlemen. And with only 30 seconds left on the clock, there's not much time. They need to opt to go in for the plant, and everyone from the side of Biryani Power, they are still alive and kicking to try and close this one out. Benjay opting to go in for the plan, but the plan should be coming out a little bit too late. But Beyond's gonna be the first one to get the kill, but Reeves, he actually gets a kill down on Haku. Road chimes in with a couple of his own kills, but already trades are gonna be coming out. Beyond with his third. Beyond could be the deciding factor for all of it. Look at the double pistol from the back end. Dumping he gets one, dumping he gets the second. That's gonna be over, ladies and gentlemen, for map number 1 with a beautiful showing of skill from the members of Biryani Power.
And Dubmania with some explosives to top it all off. The icing on the cake, just some nice beauty. Brad gonna be like, let me show you mine, but hey Brad, Shock Dart's not as pretty looking as grenades, so not as great, but hey, Biryani Power 13-7, they close off the first map, and aggressively we're talking about this. The advantage of winning that first map, but doing so for Biryani Power in a fashion where they dictated how they played the map. Throughout the first and second half, it was their idea of playstyle that was the standout factor for both of the teams. And the fact that that happened has to give them so much confidence going into the second map, where it's really simple for them. We play how we want and we win.
That's for sure. And the fact that the primary flaw that I say coming out from the side of Zegg was the fact that they played a little bit too slow. We saw this in a matchup against Godlike as well.
Yep.
They waited until the clock was at like 30 seconds before they opted to go in for any sort of an execution. And that is where I do believe that the experience factor that the players of Biryani Power have in comparison to the side of Zegg really coming into play. They need to understand that, hey, we as a team, we cannot always rely on getting that first pick off, because our opponents can play much more defensively instead of playing aggressively. And I love the fact that Biryani Power, they constantly changed up their strategies. Sometimes they played it aggressively, sometimes they played it defensively. Just getting into the heads of Zegg and using their own strategies against them, understanding that, hey, Zegg, they like to play it slow, they like to play it for the first pick, so let's play it defensively, and we're going to be the ones to come out on top. A very beautiful showing of skill coming out from them on map number 1, and as you just stated, having that first map under your bag basically dictates the pace of this entire set.
The thing is, going into map 2 on Ascent as well, I do feel like Zegg, they're really comfortable there. 1 and 2, more importantly, as you talked about that Godlike match, 34 rounds of demo for Biryani Power have to watch to understand how Zegg like to play and to punish them for every single one of their tendencies. I want to see if that preparation has gone down or if Zegg will be able to use the experience they got against God L to come out stronger on that map. Irrespective, it's going to be one hell of a banger. So make sure you're there. Hit that like button, subscribe as well. And if you'd like to check out some amazing deals in the meantime, we've got some top class performance storage purpose built for gaming, as well as you being able to multitask or game with ease with the AMD Ryzen 5000 series processors. Both peripherals links down in the description. You can check them out for some amazing deals for yourselves. Now we'll go set up for map 2 and be back with the WD Black Open Cup real soon.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the WD Black Open Cup powered by AMD Ryzen with the Esports Club as the esports partner. I'm CA, joined by Aggressive here to bring you map 2 of the lower bracket quarterfinal series between Zegg Esports and I just spaced, sorry. Biryani Power. I need my biryani right now. But hey, let's quickly go over to the map V2 screen and talk about like what we can expect from map 2. Aggressive, it's gonna be Ascent. Like, what do you think is gonna happen?
The map of Ascent is a little bit of a home ground for the side of Zegg themselves, but at the same time, as I stated, like both of these teams, like they picked both of their own strongest maps. Like Bind was a map where both of the teams are really comfortable on, but it really came down to the experience coming out from Biryani Power. And on the map of Ascent, I really do believe that that experience that Biryani Power have should give them the edge. But at the same time, as you stated before we went on the break, that Zegg, they had a lot to work on. They had 34 rounds against Godlike, a top tier team. So let's see if they did their homework and they come back even stronger on this matchup.
So basically, teams, what Aggressive is saying, and I wholeheartedly agree, pick Icebox. Nobody is comfortable in Icebox, and you can play in a place where you have no information. No, I'm just kidding. For Ascent, I do agree. Like, it does make sense that for Zegg, they should have improved after those rounds. Like, they were in a winning position against a top tier team, like a top 3 team, even one could say. And so it does mean that it should have given them a lot of insight, but it also you also have to factor in the advantage that Biryani Power have, having won the first map, and secondary, like I feel like Godel, they played the style that Zegg wanted to play, the slow rotation based play style, and it really worked for Zegg well. Right now, so far, at least from map 1, Biryani Power is like no dice. We will play our game. We don't care what is right or what is meta. We want to play at our comfort, and it has worked out brilliantly for them.
That's for sure, but that Sage pick for a second is putting a little bit of a question mark on me, but no, they're not going to be opting to go for it. It's beyond going in for his usual baits, but Mania actually opting to go in for Pro Senior Euro, the Viper Jabate. The Viper Jabates. They're still here. But this, wait, what? The Sage was actually picked up?
Beyond with the Sage! Oh my god.
I don't know anymore.
I've been watching a lot of Valorant Champions Tour Europe, and this is a very common composition there. They go with the Raze as the solo duelist and rely on the Sage to be the secondary duelist as a battle Sage form, but what she offers even more than that is on both attacking and defending side, a way to sort of just deny a particular angle. So on defense, of course, we all know the wall to just sort of completely deny one particular side, but on attack is where I feel like she's so much stronger, because for example, if you're going for the A push, then the wall to just deny that door entry and get yourself the free push, or the wall to deny that Raptor's angle can work so well against the other team on retakes. But on B, for example, the same works. Like being able to deny one side lane altogether just makes it impossible to go for a retake. So I love this Sage pick. Now it's just a matter of seeing, are we going to see Battle Sage or Sentinel Sage? Because I'm not a big fan of Sentinel Sage.
I'm really looking forward to see much more of those wall tactics. For example, using a wall in a very creative way to go up onto elevated angles and helping your teammates as well. Maybe we're going to see that open TP play. We never know. Placing that wall down onto the side of the box itself and then him TPing down into the side, gets a 4K, gets to get an ace. That's what I want to watch coming out from these players, beyond maybe having something spicy for us in the books. But let's see what we can find, ladies and gentlemen, because now it is going to be the side of the attackers trying to see what they can scope out onto the side of mid itself, holding it defensively. And once again, we do see Zegg's trademark strategy, waiting to see if they can find an aggressive push of their own, but still, on that last map, we saw what the side of Biryani Power like to do. They like to let their enemies make the first move before they act on their own accord.
Yeah, and the first move will be Reef picking up that first kill, but now the catwalk push delayed by the Paranoia. You can see Roach, though, he's gonna continue his vein of form, take out Haku, and now the counter Paranoia coming out as Beyond is blinded. It's gonna be a 5v3 situation, Zegg in full control of the site, but the retake ready for the side of Biryani Power. Let's see this Battle Sage in action.
Now the real fun is about to start, ladies and gentlemen, but still those wall bangs are not going to be working out, especially with the classic onto this startup. The glitch pop Classic in hand, Beyond getting the first initial kill down on the Crows. The battle stage working out in their favor, but on the back end it's gonna be Benjay shutting down two. Beautiful lurk coming out from Benjay. Panzer, the last remaining member. He can't do much whatsoever. He gets taken out instantly as he jumps out on the side of Heaven. And that was a very successful pistol run coming out from the side of the attackers. 4 members still staying alive, not really giving away those ultimate points towards the side of the defenders. Basically means that that round was super successful for them.
Yeah, a very nice round picked up from Zegg. They start off on a strong note and they're able to make sure that the advantage they had, like with Roach really coming into form in the latter half of the map, is something that you can count on here. He's picked up a double, and I do notice looking at the scorecard, Benjay, he's got a Phantom for himself. I would have expected that Phantom to be on Roach, but it's instead Benjay picking it up as he looks to just herald it in. Oh my god, a party in B main though. Benjay, he picks up one and closes the double kill with his grenades, meaning that Zegg Jither set up for effectively a flawless round considering that one of their players saved.
The smart play is going to be going on through Roach with the double dig. Brad, he felt that straight to his soul, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be a 0-2. And once again, that was a rush coming down from the side of B main. I like the rush, but at the same time, you do have to remember, when there is a raise on the opponent team, you can't really go in for those rushes half-heartedly. Either you have to full set yourself, or you're going to be on the receiving end of a very painful grenade. And Chromes, he just threw it at their face, and he's like, alright, bye-bye, I'm going to die now.
Yeah, Chrome's just the Hail Mary grenade really working out brilliantly for him as he's able to pick up a double kill. And for Biryani Power, it is more like, it does speak of their identity. Like, they are the aggressive team. We talked about a lot about how they like to play it on their own pace. So they'll be okay with that. They'll be like, you know what, we made an effort, it didn't work out, we'll try it again in a different way, and that's exactly what they're going to be doing in this round. The Killjoy and Panzer set up on B for a very defensive hold, while the rest of their team stacks up this A and mid side. The wall set up A though, so it will be a lot about mid control here in this round, but Zegg back to their old ways. Very slow in their approach, trying to get some information, and so far it hasn't really led to anything because Biryani Power, they themselves are very calm and very disciplined. The turret did get activated and the positions of these players revealed, which will mean Brad will start setting himself up to hold down this market. But it's a very spread out approach from Zegg so far. Their sights likely on this A side.
Now the push is going to be going around on the side of B. Chromes trying to get aggressive control near from the side of Narget, but the satchel not working out in his favor. But already the trades are going to be coming down onto the A side itself. 1-for-1 trade for both ends, and with Roach going on down, that basically means that now they don't have the flash to work with, but Chromes in the prime position to get the first initial kill down onto Brad. A beautiful kill as well. Pulls out the showstopper. He wants to get this kill down on the Panzer, but Panzer's still going to be alive. He needs to check this corner with his body, but it's still the shots are radiant supreme. Chromes with a double headshot. Gusu with one more from the sidelines with that classic. Shuts everything down with the plan going on through. And this first buy round for the side of Biryani Power, not really working out in their favor as we would hope.
Now Haku in effectively no man's land looking for the exit frags. He gets taken down by Kusuf and a 3-0 lead. Zegg, they've got themselves off to a phenomenal start on this map of Ascent, and they're looking to take us to map 3 by maintaining the pressure. It's a question of can Biryani Power come up strong and can this stage pick really work out. Now, I will say, like, the early Wallstrom stage, I don't think should be happening considering the slow approach from Zegg, right? They're a team that doesn't rush down a particular site, so the slow walls are basically a 0 advantage. You essentially want to use those walls either on the retake or to deny a site when you know that the time is running out. Say you use the wall around 45-50 seconds, that means that one side denied for a late push. If Zegg tried to go there, they have to reveal their position by taking down a round. So I want to see more of that from Biryani Power, and it looks like they might try that in the next round. But for now, eco rush down to mid.
Brad getting a beautiful kill down on the Crows, but Reeve chimes in with his own kill down on the Beyond with those shock darts, ladies and gentlemen. That is what you love to see, but at the same time, look at Brad's positioning. Brad is taking aggressive control down here from the side of the switch. Maybe he's going to be able to catch the side of Benjay off guard, because all the members are now slowly tunneling themselves into the side of B main. Maybe he's going to be able to get this kill, but with that recon mode, not much can be found just yet. Gapania, he does have the gun, but he's not going to be able to get that kill. Brad gets one more down on the Reeve, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be all but over for this side of the defenders. But at the same time, that is going to be a really successful eco round coming out from the side of the defenders. Maybe with that kill, that would have been even more successful, but Panzer, good try nonetheless. 0-4 on the scoreboard, and that is going to be the second buy round now for the side of Biryani Power.
4-0 in the favor of Zegg Esports. They're doing phenomenally so far, and it's gonna be up to really just aggressive push from Biryani Power to just topple this momentum that Zegg have in their favor. They're looking to switch it up. Now Panzer, you see, his utility set up to hold down A side very defensively, the turret to hold down the catwalk area, while Beyond and Brad make that stack happen towards B. I do expect Beyond to go for the aggressive, but instead he's actually just waiting around the corner for them to come in. The camera by Benji gets a decent bit of information, tagging one out, but Beyond, he's waiting to put up the wall. As soon as he hears the audio cue of the alt-top being taken, the wall goes up, but in its vulnerable state, it's instantly taken down. One part of the wall open means an avenue of approach ready for Zegg to make their move. But hey, it's as you expect, Zegg, slow and steady, that's what wins the race for them.
I do feel as though Biryani Power, they're opting to get a little bit too aggressive on their own accord. That's why they're falling short in a lot of these matchups. They need to be playing it a little bit more defensively. And they're going into the waiting arms of Zegg, because on the map of Ascent, they are the pioneers of this slow playstyle, and they should be setting up a lot more crossfires instead of playing it a lot more defensively. The heals are going to be coming on through as well onto the side of WAS, so he is now at a healthy HP to try and take a lot of these fights. Mid control has been established as well, but with that reload coming down from the side of Rhodes, they know exactly where all the members of the side of attack are. They're onto the side of mid. Brad in the prime position as well. As soon as that smoke goes on through, throws out the recon, wants to get a little bit of information on his own accord, but all of the members are already into the side of Market. Here's gonna be Chrome's getting the first initial kill down on the Dump Maniac. On the backup side is gonna be Beyond trying to hold down the fort. He gets the first initial kill. He's looking for some more. He gets his second. He's looking for his third. Also going for that reload, but Magic chimes in with his own kill down onto Brad onto the side of mid. This kill is gonna be super important. Beyond is not gonna be actually able to fight it. 12 seconds left on the clock. One more kill from the side of Haku. It's gonna be 2 versus 1 on the map, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be Benji to try and close this one out. Not really a lot of time. The spike in no man's land. He cannot have this. Beyond playing mind games. Beyond playing with the Phoenix of Benji, ladies and gentlemen. Beyond with his movement shuts everything down. It's gonna be 1-4 on the scoreboard. The revive's not gonna be coming on through, but a very beautiful execution of a round coming out from the side of Biryani Power.
Beyond's jiggles were just so on point there. Like jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. 3 kills, 4 kills, just holding down both house. Perfect for Beyond there. The back to stage now coming online. He's picked up 5 kills for himself. He's on top of that leaderboard. But most importantly, he's able to just secure this first round on the board for the side of Biryani Power. And this first round is going to mean a lot because it stabilizes their eco and makes sure that they have a say in how the next round is going to go through. Now, I do notice that in terms of Ultimate, that the Resurrection as well as the Hunter's Fury online, so they can afford to play a bit aggressively, try to find a pick, and then use that Resurrection to secure the advantage for themselves.
I'm really looking to see this Resurrection play coming out a little bit more proactively. Yes, in that last round, it was all the Beyond show. But at the same time, you can't really expect your stage to get 4Ks every single time. So that defensive hold from Beyond was super important. But at the same time, the other parts of the map need to get controlled as well. I would say that maybe he could use that wall a little bit more aggressively. There are a lot of wall boost spots onto the map of Ascent. So he can get a lot of easy early picks if he knows how to use it properly. So I'm really looking to see maybe Beyond, he gets a little bit more creative with those walls, come out on top in a lot of these matchups. But at the same time, we do have to remember that the side of Zegg, they're playing it very slow. So if you're able to establish some form of control on the other sides of the map, maybe play it a little bit more aggressively, if you take that gamble, because every single time Zegg is playing down onto the side of mid. So just give up the mid control, try and get off the flanks from the side of A long, maybe get off the flanks from the side of B long, and then take those advantages from there. All of these can add up to be a massive advantage over your side. And at this 1-4 scoreline, you need to get as many advantages as possible.
It looks like they've heard our call. This A-main push coming out with Beyond and Dubmania moving in aggressively, but the camera, I believe, no, that was... Wait, actually, I think that was the recon bolt over there to tag them out and reveal their position. They get deterred, instead the wall going up in catwalk to delay the push. And again, this early wall, not that big a fan of it because Zegg, they're not the sort of team to push in aggressively,
But hey, right now they are doing exactly that. Chromes with the double satchel makes his way onto market, and almost all the utility of Panzer on this Killjoy dispatched off, meaning this B side gonna be a tough task to hold. But Panzer right now, he has a secret backup ready. Brad in this boathouse, meaning B side is gonna be an impossible site for Zegg to take easily. But it looks like they have their sights set exactly here, and this might be disaster in the making for Zegg Esports.
They need to be careful though, because look at the positioning of Chromes. Chromes is in the prime state to shut everyone down with that showstopper in hand. Pulls it out, throws it into the side of boathouse, does spot out one. Brad has been taken down, ladies and gentlemen. Panzer is gonna be able to trade him out, but still, it's not gonna be a favorable trade for their side. One member kill just not gonna be there. And beyond, he's not in the position to go in for a res as well. Everyone from the side of the attackers is gonna be deep inside of side, so this resurrection is nearly impossible. They need to opt to go in for that retake real soon. Dubmania gets tagged down very low, straight through the wall. The heals are going to be coming on through though, and the clock is ticking on down, ladies and gentlemen. No utility to work with. As a Broombot though, maybe going to be able to throw it out, but it's not going to be able to get a lot of information. It's going to be Reeve getting one, Benji getting another, Beyond being able to chime in onto Reeve to take down one. The resurrection is going to be going on through, maybe trying to find something. He gets a headshot. This is very much possible. The showstopper has been used, gets a kill down on the Benji. Ladies and gentlemen, this defuse could be possible from the side of Biryani Power. Dubmania needs to be careful though. He needs to try and get this kill. He's going to be able to find it. Beyond, this battle stage working so well for their cause. I thought that the resurrection was not going to give any sort of value out of this round, but the smoke from the side of the Omen sets everything up for Beyond.
This stage is beyond control, man. Beyond just popping off there, able to. Honestly, I was in the same boat as you. I thought that the resurrection was not really fruitful in that situation. I thought maybe he's trying to do a fake, bait out the peaks and take them out. But as you said, the Omen smoke set up by Zegg themselves ends up working heavily in the favor of Biryani Power. Beyond using it perfectly to set up the resurrection in that 2v3, especially considering that Dubmania's ultimate was online. That resurrection was pitch perfect, because that ultimate then, the showstopper the party brought to Benji, he was taken down, and that enabled the Beyond to go for the full defuse. Now, that's going to be such a big momentum shift, but still the buys can be afforded by Zegg due to their win streak happening, and they're going to try to make it work, but already 2 kills picked up for Biryani Power. It's Roach to find the trade, but he gets traded out immediately, meaning a 4v2 Biryani Power in full control.
It was such a beautiful round as well. The nades are going to be coming on through. Poor old Hulk was stuck in a corner. He has nowhere to run. It's going to be Benji being able to chime in with a couple of his own kills. And already, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be 1 versus 2 on the map. It was the advantageous round for the side of Biryani Power, but they were on the back foot. They went in a little bit too aggressive. Sometimes aggression is good, but when you get that man advantage, you need to back off and you need to play it defensively. And now it's Panzer down in this 1 versus 2 retake situation, with all the members now shuffling him down towards the long side.
1v2 for Panzer with no utility available. He hasn't pulled back the alarm bot yet as well, meaning he won't really have the alarm bot ready in time. So this is effectively a very difficult situation for Panzer to pull off. Now the crossfire is set up in this A-main area, but Panzer of course has no knowledge of that, so he's gonna have to check every single corner and move in. That does mean that he can't really push in aggressively. Now he's setting up the swarm grenades to try and go for the defuse, but on the other side, Roach is ready. The camera coming out to get the information. The time running out for Panzer. He's going for the beat, but the utility is too damn good for Zegg. They're able to get the grenade through, make sure that that defuse not possible, and win the round. Benji, he'll get taken down, but hey, for them that'll be worth it. From 4v2 to winning the round, as you said, sometimes aggression just not worth it. And in a 4v2 situation, considering that you have time on your side, I feel like Biryani Power, they bit off a bit more than they could chew.
That is for sure, and hopefully they understand this in this following matchup, because we wanted them to actually opt to go in for much more of an aggressive approach, take control of the pockets of the map, and come out even stronger. But a little bit too much, like everything is there. Like if you add a little bit too much salt to something, yes, salt is good. It is required for food, but if you add too much, it just goes bad. In this situation, that aggression coming out from them not really working out in their favor. And it was the side of Zegg being able to capitalize on it and punish them for it. Really good plays coming out from the side of Zegg as well. But now on this round, once again, we do see that slow mid-control presence coming out from all the members of Zegg. So let us see what they can do with it this time.
Again, an aggressive push for Biryani Power down B main. It's Domania to find the first kill. This is an eco round for Biryani Power, but still, they're the ones who are able to find that first blood, and that's going to work significantly for them in their advantage. The gun wasn't recovered though, given the fact that the kill was very deep. So it does mean that the weaponry stat is still in the same note. Now I see that Chrome's on his approach towards tree is spotted out, and that position being revealed. If they can take down Chrome's, retrieve his weapon, it would be absolutely huge for Biryani Power. Instead, the smoke's coming out. They're trying to delay that push from ever happening. Chrome's once again his position revealed. He's just going for more and more. The paranoia coming out, and now Chrome's he wants it all. Chrome's 1v2, he'll find the first kill, and Kursif chiming in with another, meaning this race, you expect the race to be explosive and strong, but Chrome's is sneaky and silent, able to pick up kills.
Beyond trying to go for a couple of taps with that chair, not really able to find much. Roach chiming in from the back and making sure that as soon as that rocket was pulled out, Beyond goes into his awaiting arms, gets another kill down onto Brad. That has got to be hurted, that is for sure, but Dubmania is going to be there to pick up that Phantom and then get a reverse kill down on the road, shutting him down. And now it's up to Dubmania to do as much damage as he possibly can to shut down as many players, to do the economic damage. He does find one more. So I would say in the long run, still a really good run coming out from the side of the defenders, because you do have to remember that was an eco round, so Dubmania getting those 3 kills do a lot more damage towards the side of the attackers. But in the long run, because of their win streak bonus, they're still looking quite potent when it comes to the money.
Yeah, Zegg, they're extremely comfortable here. They're looking nifty, and I feel like I don't want to go back to past memories, but that 4v2 round, I feel like it stung more than just losing that round, because now the morale shift has happened towards the side of Biryani, towards the side of Zegg. Biryani Power losing that round in that position, I feel like did hurt their momentum a little bit, and it made sure that Zegg were very confident and decisive in their approach, and that decisiveness is really what is paying off. Again and again, Zegg able to execute onto side, and Chromes, he's just on a tear. He just slowly waltzed in through A side, clearing corner after corner. He's like, wait, you guys are not in A side whatsoever. The Killjoy utility was active, that means the Killjoy has to be somewhere around. Well, if you're not in the site, you're definitely under hell, and Phantom versus Sheriff, I'm gonna win that duel every single day. So he's able to create out so much space for his team, and I feel like he's being that X factor. So Biryani Power, they're gonna have to work in a way to shut that guy down.
And I do believe that a lot of the factors coming into play is mainly because you can already see a lot of the members of the side of the defense, they're playing it a little bit too defensively. And when you play it a little bit too defensively, you're giving away a lot more control towards the side of your opponents. And this is where the factor is going to be coming into play. I like the fact that Panzer is playing much more of the lurking play style, playing much more defensive when it comes to his side holds, but when you see these defensive holds are not really working out, what do you need to do? You need to be playing a little bit more aggressively. Try and play for those gunfights, because you, as Panzer, we have seen him just pop the hell off when it comes to his gun duels, and yeah. I do believe that he's playing a little bit too defensively, and he's second-guessing himself way too much. Having that confidence to opt to go in for those peaks as a Sentinel player should be always on your mind. Use your utility to set up your gunfights. You should not always be the last one surviving inside of the site and then not having anything to do, because you're going to be the first blood, and if you as the Sentinel are the first blood, you're going to be on the back foot for sure.
Exactly, it feels like you need to cater to your own playstyle, so I hope Panzer is able to do exactly that, because I do believe he was one of the top fraggers for Biryani Power last time around, so I want to see a bit more action from him itself, but also from the entire team in terms of that correspondence. Now, I will say, both of these teams, they did on a map like Bind, where attacking side is supposed to be difficult, they did much better on their own attacking halves. So I will give that benefit of the doubt over to Biryani Power. If they're able to get through even a 7-5 on this first half, they would be in a comfortable position in the second. But the same goes for Zegg. They need to make this attacking half count, considering that this is likely their favored side, and then go into that defense with that bit of cushion. I can see aggressive push has already happened for Biryani Power in Dubmania. From that corner, able to take out Benji. Reef though, oh my god, that shot was nasty. Finding the trade, taking out Panzer, and with that presence created in mid, they're going to go for the full A-side execute. But Dubmania, he has some words about that. Group, so what? At the edge of that blast, he's able to take out Dubmania. I don't even think he got affected, just completely unscathed. He gets out of that, finds the kill for himself.
That made no sense in my brain. What just happened?
Yeah.
That rocket landed right at his feet. Big question mark for me, but at the same time, that's a question we have to give to Ryan, ladies and gentlemen. So we as a caster, we're not going to be saying anything about it because we need to talk about more is this post-plan scenario coming out from the side of
One enemy remaining.
Zegg, but Roach, look at him. This positioning is going to be prime. Chromes chimes in from the side of AMD to shut down one more. A beautiful showing of skill and a crossfire set up so well for both of their sides. It's going to be 2-7 on the scoreboard, ladies and gentlemen. And Zegg, they are tearing through the entirety of the side of the defenders. And that aggressive push down on the side of mid was really good. But at the same time, I do believe that Showstopper not getting the kill kind of sealed the deal for the entirety of the side of the defenders.
Yeah, that was a big question mark as to what happened. But hey, what wasn't a question mark was Chrome's flick there to get the kill onto Dub Mania on point. Able to find the kill and just, as you said, seal the deal for Zegg in that round. 7-2 now, they've taken a huge advantage and they just sort of shrugged off their loss in that first half. But Roach, so aggressive, he's already found the first blood. Yondo with that one tap was able to trade it back, meaning he's just 1 point away from the resurrection. If he can find a kill or even get the pressure here to secure the ult for himself, could go for the resurrection. He will not be even given enough time. Instead, it's Reeve, Benji and Roach all finding a kill each, and now Benji in this 1v1, he's gonna take care of Beyond while his teammates go for the plot.
Benji's like, I'm gonna throw away my gun, I don't need it anymore, I only have a classic, that's all I need to try and close this one out. You have to give it to Benji to have the composure to be like, hey, I'm gonna throw away my bundle, I give like no two damns of what happens, pulls out the classic, goes in for the headshot, gets the kill, goes out in style, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be 2-8 on the scoreboard, and at this point, CA, they need to try and get to that magic number 4. Otherwise, I do believe that even though Biryani Power are really strong when it comes to the attacking half, they're gonna have a pretty rough time against the side of Zegg because Zegg, they're feeding themselves on their home turf.
Yeah, Zegg right now, they're looking really, really strong, and we were talking a lot about whether the experience had changed them that match against Godlike, and it does look like it has. While they still play slow for that information-based playstyle, when they get that information or when they get a pick, they're very decisive in their approach. And I think that was the key, note that we wanted to see from them change after that match, and it looks like they have done exactly that. 8-2, Biryani Power, their eco is hurting, but hey, they still got the buys, and this is the last where they can get. So Haku gets that first kill holding down mid, but Reeve instantly answering back onto him does mean it's a 4v4, and amidst all of that chaos, Roach, he's pushed in aggressively. As the revive is ready, does mean that it's 5v4, but look at this positioning from Roach. He's setting up a really effective presence for his team to aggressively push into this A side.
Wants to go in for that push, but at the same time, with the Killjoy still being alive there, this could be all that they need. But you do have to remember that Panzer, he still has that lockdown, and if he opts to use it, this could be all but over for them. But at the same time, the Hunter's Fury is also present from the side of the attacker, so he cannot use it at the same time. The Hunter's Fury is still going to be present, and with the Hunter's Fury now getting popped on off. And I do believe that he actually missed the ultimate. No, he did not. He was able to take that out nonetheless. Haku chimes in with his own kill down on the side of Roach. Being able to get the first initial pick off. With the smokes are going to be coming out as well. It's going to be 5 versus 3 on the map. Now going into the post one. All the members of the side of the attack are going to be pulling down from the side of A-Main. The smoke push is going to be coming on through, but you cannot fool another Omen player, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be Haku being able to find one. Dumping and chiming in with a couple of his own kills. Cypher throws off his hat, trying to get one more for his team, but he's not going to be able to find much else. Chongdars are going to be waiting on it, trying to do the damage. Reeve, he actually gets one more kill onto the back end, but with the halfway diffuse coming on through, just enough time to close this one off. Reeve nearly shutting down multiple members and shutting down that diffuse as well single-handedly down in that 1 versus 4. You have to give it to this man. He nearly closed out this entire round.
Yeah, the credits for that round most definitely have to go almost went towards that Reeve, but hey, the half diffuse, I feel like, is just so on point for Biryani Power. Without the half diffuse, the spike would have gone off and Reeve would have become the hero of that round. The fact that it does go through does mean that that lockdown which was used is fruitful. It gives through a round for Biryani Power a chance to push for that magic number, make it 8-4 for themselves. Now you can see Biryani Power, it feels like they've lost that bit of confidence. Like, we're no longer seeing the aggressive approach. So I'm hoping that if they do win this round, they get that confidence back and are able to push through on the attack. But right now, it feels like it's the opposite for Zegg. Despite them losing that round, Reeve's heroics have made sure that the momentum still
very much in their favor. They have that confidence. They're very aggressive and decisive, and using their ultimates now, from the shadows, they're gonna push in onto side. Now, from the shadows, I don't think Reveal finds his position here, and he's gonna be able to find a kill. But the instant trade for Reeve, meaning it's Chromes with the showstopper to create the space for his team, clear out that Raptors angle, get the plant through.
The grenade not really going in favor of the side of Dubmania. The bounce not opting to go for the best way. What was that, Dubmania? You understood that angle so well. That nearly looked like wall hacks, but we know for a fact that that is all game sense and skill, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be Dubmania making things even for his own team. Maybe getting one more kill down on the Kusuv. It's gonna be super important, but Chrome chimes in with his own kill from the back end. Beyond gets one down on the Chromes, but Kusuv is there with the headshots to boot. Wall still being present, and the wall is going to be coming on through. The wall soon to be broken as well. But that was such a beautiful wall. But Kusum is going to be there with the headshot straight onto the head of Beyond. Good flick and good readjustment. That's going to be ending off the first half on a 3-9 with the side of Zegg being on a 6-round lead.
Zegg closing off the last round. As you said, Dubmania, that Raptors kill, almost like, I feel like every single round aggressive, it comes down to almost. And the fact that it's so close, despite the scoreline being 9-3, really speaks to the caliber of both of these teams. But hey, in that moment of almost, Zegg have been able to consistently find themselves an edge. Zegg have been able to consistently translate that into a round win for themselves, and that is what has resulted in them now with a 6-round lead in their favor. They look damn strong so far, and they've made the experience they've got on Ascent really work for them in their favor. Now, going on to the defensive half, they're gonna have to do exactly that, because I do feel this is where we should expect Biryani Power to start thriving.
At the same time, though, when you're down 3-9, when your opponent has 6 rounds in their favor, it's gonna be a tall order, and it all comes down to this pistol round. Because if you lose out on this pistol round, you're basically giving away double digits, and you're basically giving away the 11th round as well, because you need to save for that 11th round, otherwise you're fighting for match point. Everything is just a snowball effect now. It all rides down on this pistol round. I'm really looking to see that the side of the teams, they use this pause to understand that, hey, we need to get our game together. We need to understand that this is now our do or die situation. It's not the rounds that are going to be coming after. Here is where we need to make our stand. And hopefully the side of Biryani Power, they're able to get their composure back, because as you stated before, they don't have the confidence, it seems. It's like, it feels as though Zegg have got it into their heads that they're like, we need to respect them a little bit more, but at the same time, they're showing a little bit too much respect. They need to opt to go in for the peaks that they are known for, take those gunfights and come out on top in those engagements. It's always important, as you stated always, that you should be playing for comfort instead of playing for the meta.
Yeah, and that actually brings me perfectly to my point, which is like, I feel like this Sage, while I'm really excited about, while we were really excited about it in Asian Select, I don't think it is comfort for Biryani Power, because I remember a lot of situations in the last map where Beyond's flashes, Beyond's molly, or even Beyond's run it back were setting up such amazing plays for Biryani Power, and I feel like the Sage is not able to do the same. I'm not sure if it's because of a lack of comfort of Beyond or a lack of comfort for the team around the stage. Either way, just not the greatest of options here, and hasn't worked out so far. But hey, I did mention that that wall can be used very effectively on attack during Agent Select. So let's see if Biryani Power are able to do this. Now, they split themselves up. They're going for a split approach towards this A side. 3 stack coming into Catwalk as a 2-man push into the A main itself, trying to get into A. The recombo setup is going to come through now, give information of that guard and hold, and now with the paranoia going in, Biryani Power, they're ready to get this personal started.
Oh, Benjay getting the presidential kill on the Dubmania. That is going to be so crucial. The Panzer is going to be able to chime in with his own trade. Now with the recon bolt coming on through from the top end, maybe able to spot out multiple members of the push. Is not going to be coming out yet, ladies and gentlemen. With the recon bolt finally getting destroyed, but look at that placement from that Goobo. That Goobo deals so much damage. Chrome's chiming in from the heavens, and the Majestic Angel, but Panzer finally chiming on with a couple of his own kills, being able to shut down one Panzer with his third. Panzer, he has been activated, ladies and gentlemen. The cheats are on. He's going to be able to find one more. He gets his fourth. He's looking for his ace, but he's not going to be able to find it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Panzer show, and he's showcasing why he is on this kill journey. Now, things have been slowed down.
Yeah, Panzer
Now
was on point in that round. Like, I really especially like the fact that he put that nanostorm grenade right next to him, because a small fact for all the viewers, like the nanostorm grenade does
I do believe there are some little bit of a technical difficulty coming out from the side of CA, so we can continue down onto our end. Panzer still holding strong on his end. The damage is to be done from their back end, and Bulldogs are going to be reigning in supreme. Kusuk though chiming in with his own sheriff. That was such a disgusting headshot down on the Haku, especially on this map as well. Essen seems to be his playground with that sheriff. The amount of shots he has gotten through the smoke, through down here from the side of short itself. This guy is an absolute menace, that is for sure, ladies and gentlemen. Already, it is going to be 4 versus 5 on the map, and hopefully, we're going to be able to move on forward. So let us see what we can find, to say the very least. All of the members of the side of Zegg now holding down defensively, with the first kill coming out from the side of Kusuk being able to find one, but at the same time they need to opt to go in for much more of an aggressive play of their own accord, because we do have to remember that this is the eco round coming out from their side with the flashes going on through, and with all the damage being done, it's going to be Brad being able to get the first initial kill down on a Benji. Roach chiming in with his own kill onto the side of Brad. And now already it's going to be 3 versus 4 on the map. The spike has not yet gone down. Needs to be going down soon enough though, ladies and gentlemen. Rhodes trying to break this wall as fast as he possibly can, but the guns are not going to be in his favor. Chromes, he just has a shorty to work with. Not much to be found just yet, but beyond, look at his positioning. He gets the first initial kill down on the road, taking us down to a 3 versus 3 situation. But Kuzo once again with those sheriff one taps. He takes out Beyond. He only has 16 HP to work with, but with 16 HP and the one-tap potential that he does have, he could be the one to decide everything out for their sideline dream. He needs to try and survive for as long as he possibly can. Chrome times in from the back end. He's going to be able to survive, and Dumpmania could be the deciding factor for his entire team. Dumpmania with a triple kill and a clutch to boot. Dumpmania, even though he was on the back foot, he's going to be the one to close everything out, taking us down to a 5-9 scoreline.
Top Mania, that was insane! Like, you can't expect that to happen. Like, it's almost like gone case for the side of Biryani Power, because in that situation where he's just limited to that one angle from under heaven in that health position, it's impossible, especially when you consider his health. But Dub Mania, there ain't no losses for him. He's got dubs all the way through, able to pull out the triple and the clutch, gonna be so huge. But despite all of that, it was an eco round for Zegg, and they were able to get 4 frags. So they'll be disappointed that they're not able to close it off, but they objectively will have the eco lead in the basis of that. You can see already for Biryani Power 3 light shields coming through, but for Zegg, actually similarly to Bulldogs. So those sheriffs that they bought end up costing them. They didn't go for a forced buy, but they did spend a bit of the money. So right now, both of these teams in a very similar situation economically. This round perfect to set up the tempo advantage with the eco.
Point control has been established from the side of Beyond, so that is going to be coming down soon enough. A beautiful nade from the side of Chromes as well, getting a little bit of chip damage onto the side of Brad, so he needs to be backing off at the bare minimum. Does have a heal though. Not able to use it just yet. Dumpmania in the prime position to get a couple of kills of his own onto the side of AMA. Maybe able to find something, but it seems as though all the members of the side of Biryani Power, they're playing it a little bit too slow, maybe following the strategies of Zegg, but Zegg, this strategy does not really work out as often as you think if the stars don't align properly. And ladies and gentlemen, it does seem as though the entirety of Biryani Power, they're opting to go down onto this A side, and it should be all but empty, with only Benji holding down from the side of heaven. The nades are going to be coming on in, straight onto the face of Benji. He needs to be backing on off. And the plant is going to be going on through for the side of the attackers.
See, all of Zegg, though, they're ready to push through for this retake. This Raptors duel is going to be so important. If Dumpmania able to pick up a kill here, he'll be able to delay the retake for so long. The shotgun's now coming out. Dumpmania, he goes for the peak, and he finds the kill. And all this wrap around into Garden. He's going to cause a bloodbath. Dumpmania picking up another.
Remaining.
Chromes, he finds the trade, but Brad ready to pick up. And as I said, that Raptors push was so damn important, because if you give up Raptors control for the defenders to come through on the retake, it becomes a much more simpler option, because then you're able to control both tree as well as Raptors, and it ensures that you have that multi-entry. But without Raptors control, that kill going for Dumpmania meant that he got a peek into Garden as well, was able to pick up a double kill, and that ensured that the retake could not happen. A 3-round win streak now for Biryani Power aggressive. We expected them to be really strong in the attack, and so far they've delivered.
That's for sure. Especially beyond. That wall placement was actually super smart as well. Him being able to tuck himself out in that corner basically meant that they needed to deal with him. If they don't deal with him, they cannot opt to go in for a push. If all of the members funnel down from the side of Heaven, that is not going to be a successful retake coming out from them. That gave more than enough time for the side of Dubmania to go in for a swing of his own. And even though if Dubmania didn't even get a kill, Beyond was in the perfect position to go in for his own swing coming on down from the back end of that wall. Working out so beautifully in their favor, Dubmania. You have to say, those boombots and those grenades, he knows exactly where the trajectory is gonna be, but now Chromes, look at his Bucky. I don't think that any of the members of the side of Biryani Power, they're gonna be expecting that.
Yeah, I really, like, I mean, I kind of hope and I don't hope they go towards the Bucky, because on one hand, I want to see that Bucky pop up, but on the other hand, it's really painful, you know, to see players being killed by the shotgun, because I felt that pain myself when I do play. So we'll see if Crows is able to get that through.
Oh,
you can see the recon has revealed Beyond's position, but Beyond is able to get the kill, jump out of the way, get the heal, and it's inside Brad taking out Crow.
30 seconds
Panzer with his mid control finding one as well, but Roach, what? Oh my god, the one tap and the heal will mean he can recover a weapon, and in this 2v4 keeps some hope alive for the retake.
Absolutely God, whenever I see the side of Zegg play, when it comes to the Sheriff plays, they're just too good, all the members. Like right before the couple of the previous rounds, Kusum just got 2 insane one-taps. He just shut everyone down. Dubmania though, this time around is still alive, is still kicking with Beyond on his side, going for those crossfire plays. Agu is going to be able to get the last initial pick off. Roach is going to be able to get one of his own before he does die off. That's going to be 7 and 9 on the scoreboard, ladies and gentlemen. That was an eco round. You do have to remember coming out from the side of Zegg, but at this point, Zegg on their eco rounds, you expect them to win it out instead of lose it out.
Yeah, exactly. It's really hard to imagine the other way around for Zegg, but hey, Biryani Power now on a 4-round win streak. They've done so really well, and I have to wonder, as you're talking about, right, Zegg, they look so good on their sheriffs. Like, is it because, like, I've heard a lot of pros tend to like to only use the sheriff in their warm-up in the deathmatch before they actually get into a game. But they use it for the starting, like, 10-15 kills, then they switch on to the Phantom and Vandal. Gives them a good sense of how to get those headshots. But I feel like Zegg's players, they're like, what, Phantom and Vandal exist in deathmatch? No. We use only Sheriff, and their Sheriff are just so on point. I couldn't believe if there wasn't some sort of practice put into those. But hey, coming back to the team of the hour, Biryani Power right now on a 4-round win streak. They've been phenomenal so far, and just continuing on that vein of form. Panzer, he's picked up that first blood, using that pressure. It looks like Biryani Power, they have their sights set on this A side.
You have to give it to Panzer to have the composure to watch both angles at the same time. He's like, I know for a fact I can flick onto the head as soon as they opt to go in for that swing. So, but you do have to remember that with that bot being present, Panzer, he's in the prime position to get a couple of kills of his own. Roach, he just misses out Panzer. The bear is second, and Panzer could be the one to get this kill if he's careful. But Panzer is checking down on his left. He's not going to be able to find much. Roach is going to be the one to shut him down. But Dubmania taking aggressive control down here from the side of Raptors, even through the slow orbs coming out from the side of Beyond. Maybe he's going to be able to get this kill, and he's going to be able to find it. He does find one, he does find two, pulls out the grenade straight into the face of Roach. Roach, he needs to try and respect it as much as he possibly can, but respect is not going to be on his toes. Reeve is going to be present though with that Vandal to shut down one more. Beyond chimes in with his own kill tap on the Reeve, taking him out. Roach, last member remaining, gets one kill, gets straight out immediately by Brad the Chad. That's going to be 8 and 9 on the scoreboard, ladies and gentlemen, with a very beautiful execution coming down from the side of Biryani.
And this is where I see the difference happening, because it's a bit of deja vu in the last round when I saw that 4-round win streak, because that's exactly what happened for Zegg. They went 4-0 up, but then Biryani Power were able to pull off one round off the back of Beyond's 4K. This time though, it does not happen on the flip side. Biryani Power themselves on a 5-round win streak. Eco force once again for Zegg. They are on a tear, and with this round, they will be able to make it even. But hey, I'm not going to assume this round is going to go to Biryani Power, because we all know how good Zegg can be on that eco. Now, in terms of ultimates, that lockdown as well as the resurrection are ready. So if they can set up the lockdown for an aggressive push, it could be huge. But damn, how? I feel like I shouldn't be surprised at this point, aggressive. But how? How are they able to find these insane WhatsApps?
Well, I think that Reeve has something else to say about it with that Bucky power, baby. He says he gets a double kill. Brad is gonna be there to shut him down, and already, as I just stated, whenever I see eco routes coming down from the side of Zegg, I'm pretty sure that they are playing full buy rounds instead, especially with those sheriffs, especially with those buggies. They are such a dangerous force. But at the same time, you do have to remember two of the most dangerous players are still alive, just as I say it. Panzer with that beautiful micro and just straight on the head of Road shuts him down immediately. And that already, ladies and gentlemen, means that it's going to be a full send rush down towards this A side because it is going to be empty with only the side of Benjay making its way down onto the side of A itself. The plant is about to go on through with the turret being placed as well, ladies and gentlemen. The lockdown still in the cards for the side of Panzer. Do not see how they approach this round.
2v2, as you said, the lockdown as well as the Hunter's Fury ready. So you can expect Brad to try and make his way out. But with the fact that both Benjay and Kusuf are already here trying to push for the retake, he hasn't got enough time to push for the post plant. Instead, it's the nanoswarm grenades they'll be relying upon, as well as his crossfire. Brad, he picks up Kusuf, and with these nanoswarm tagging Benjay down real low, it's just a matter of one bullet to secure 9-9, a 6-round win streak for Biryani Power. Did that delivery come in late? Did it only come in the second half? Like, did they not get the biryani in the first half? Because right now, it looks like the power is there for them. Like, damn, every single player. It's not just one player you can look at that has been stepping up. I feel like every single player has had their moments, and those moments are resulting in these rounds.
Biryani probably was stolen by the side of Zegg, and pretty sure Biryani found out about it, and they're like, you stole my biryani, I'm gonna be coming after you, and I'm gonna be the one to take you out. And already the fire has been lit under the side of Biryani Power, it seems. They are ready to take a lot of these matchups and a lot of these fights. Especially, you do have to remember that Panzer, he still has his ultimate available. I would have hoped that he used his ultimate in that last round, because if he used it, pretty sure he would have been able to bait out the Hunter's Fury coming out from the side of Zegg as well. That would have been really crucial coming out from them, but already the Hunter's Fury has been popped from the side of the attackers to get a little bit of information on their own accord. Does get one tag, but that's all that it is. But oh my god, coming down from the side of Reeve, he uses the Hunter's Fury a little bit too early. This could be all but over for them, but look at the positioning of Roach. Roach is in the prime position to shut someone down as he pushes down towards the side of mid itself. But Haku, he doesn't know that right beside him there is a boogeyman waiting for him.
Roach's positioning is so huge here, and as you said, Haku, I don't think he's gonna check it at all. His gun is showing, and Roach trigger control here, waiting it down, will find the kill, has the dismiss to go for another, but actually just goes for the swing and finds the kill. Now, Beyond with the revive though, Battle Sage online, and he is able to find kills and revive his opponents, but Benji and Kusuf, this dynamic duo come up huge. One player has been detained though by that lockdown for Biryani Power, and Beyond is able to take down Kusuf. Now Beyond and Dubmania in a very slippery situation here. They have to go for the push, but they're running out of time. So Dubmania trying to go for the plant, but gets tagged out by the spy cam. But the spy cam actually a bait, because Beyond comes, finds his 4K, and now the wall set up for himself. He's got the aggressive position. He's gonna fight the ace. Beyond is beyond control right now, man. 7-round win streak. Biryani Power just absolutely phenomenal.
This is why you never steal the biryani from Biryani Power, especially Beyond. Beyond, he's even more mad than everyone else. This guy is just incredible. That wide swing was just so precise as well. Chromes, he thought that he would be getting an easy headshot, but Beyond actually went in for the swing with a crouch swing instead of a normal swing. That basically meant that he threw the crosshair placement off, got the first initial pick off with his own little HP, using the resurrection beautifully as a bait as well as a perfect revive, then getting that jiggle kill down onto the side of mid, onto the side of Haku. Beautiful showing of micro skills coming out from him. The movement, the aim, just so precise. And finally, for the first time in this matchup, ladies and gentlemen, it is the side of Biryani Power coming on top in this engagement and getting so many rounds consecutively. You do have to remember that this ended on a 3-9, and it is now a 7-round continuous win coming out for the side of Biryani Power. They are playing this so well, and Beyond, hats off to you, my man. You are on top on all of this.
You can see Mania is moving in aggressively. The satchel to display exactly where Benji is, and he's gonna take him down. The boombot now coming through, but he instantly takes that out as well, and he's caused so much chaos, so much space created for his team in this A site, and they're gonna respond by getting the spike through, trying to get the plant done here.
Now all the utility set up, the plant gonna go down comfortably, and you can see Domania, he's just looking for one kill to get his showstopper online, but instead it's his clone Chromes coming in with the double, shutting down multiple players and removing the hope of that round. You can see Biryani finds one, but Roach and Chromes each getting one, leaving Beyond an impossible situation. The defuse will go through and the win streak will be stopped.
That is for sure. Zegg playing that round beautifully as well, being able to get pick after pick, round after round, and I do believe that the post-run scenario coming out from the side of Biryani Power was not fruitful whatsoever. Yes, Dubmania was in a power position, but all of the other members were pretty much in no man's land. They didn't know where to turn, because you do have to remember that I would have expected a lot more members to go down onto inside of the side of A main, instead trying to get the defensive holds, because you do have the shock darts, you do have the grenades still available in your sidelines, but Biryani Power playing it a little bit too aggressively, not really working out in their favor. So I would have expected, it's normally the tendency of Biryani Power to always play it aggressively, but too much aggression is also on the table. And I'm really looking to see they tone that down whenever it comes to their own post-plan scenarios, because if they are not able to, they're not going to be able to come out on top, because already it's going to be even Stevens on the scoreboard, and that is the first round win for the side of Zegg on their own defensive half. So let's see if they're going to be able to come out on top, or will it be the side of Biryani Power taking it away from them once again?
Now, it is Biryani Power just being very cautious on their approach, but mid control has been taken by Haku. Him waiting in this cubby here does give a lot of information in terms of audio to his team, and they're going for the peaks. You can see they spread themselves out, but already the utility being picked up by Panzer as Dubmania makes that forward push. Haku to pick up the first kill. Haku gonna set up the dark cover to allow his teams to move into this mid area, go for that mid control push, but all of this is just bait, because they're actually gonna use Dubmania's pressure created towards this A side to get the execute through. It's the showstopper coming in, Dubmania looking for Benji, and a rocket in his face to take him down. Will need the site cleared up. Dubmania, this ball going through on heaven will not matter though for Panzer. Damn, a really nice round, Biryani.
You know, there was a cheat in GTA Vice City, it was called Panzer, it would summon a tank.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that pretty much this is the Panzer we are looking at. He's like an absolute tank, just demolishing the entirety of Zegg, one by one, just popping head after head. You have activated the Panzer, ladies and gentlemen, and he is a dangerous player. He was having a pretty rough start at the very beginning, going 1-6, but now he's 13-15, showing up for his team, and the battle stage as well. As you stated, it is the pseudo duelist, and pretty sure he is a primary duelist at this point, not a pseudo duelist, ladies and gentlemen. Beyond playing it beautifully on their own attacking half, and it is really fruitful that a lot of teams are always more comfortable when it comes to their own defensive half, but I don't think that Biryani Power they get the memo.
Yeah, exactly, right? Biryani Power, they're a team that they love the chaos and they thrive in it, and that's why they're so good on the attack. But talking about chaos, what are these ecos from Zegg? Chromes with a Bucky picking up another kill, but Haku this time, he's ready for the backup, gets the trade, and this is really important because it's an adaptation from Biryani Power. They're making sure they don't get caught off in those 1v1 situations, making sure that Zegg not able to pick up the eco win, and because of that, they found another kill. And all of that pressure, once again, will result in this A push, but it's like Biryani Power, it's like Zegg, like Biryani Power, you fool me once, fair enough, fool me twice, not gonna happen. We know that you're likely to come to A, and that's why we're gonna wait.
Slowly but surely, we do see that Panzer, he's actually on that lurk once again. He's such a dangerous player to have on this lurk, ladies and gentlemen. Like Kusum on the sheriff, I'm a little bit worried about that, but Reed chimes in with that double, with that Bucky. This is going to be all but over for them, and look behind you. Kusum, he doesn't know what's up. Panzer's going to be able to take him down. A beautiful lurk coming down from the side of the Killjoy. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a very beautiful round as well from the side of Biryani Power. From a 3-9 to a 12-10 CA. Anything is possible if you have the power of Biryani.
On point for Biryani Power. As you said, anything is possible for this team, and damn have they pulled off an insane comeback. They've lost one round. Exactly one round on their attacking side. It's like you simply cannot beat them when they're telling you where to fight, and it makes them so strong as a team
that it's almost impossible to just sort of be able to answer them because they're so chaotic with their approach. But Chromes himself, he's bringing the party to them, trying to just turn the tables around. He picks up one, is able to find another, and that ult point picked up for Benji does mean the hats come off, and he knows exactly where Biryani Power is hiding. A 2-man advantage and all this info will mean that Zegg in prime position to take us to that 12-11 round.
Now with the resurrection coming on through once again, but Kuzum is in the prime position to shut down multiple. No one's going to be watching his back, but already, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be the side of the defenders still being able to get that man advantage in their favor with this aggressive control being already established from the side of Zegg onto the side of mid. This is all that they need to work with, but at the same time, 3 versus 4 on the map, being a little bit too aggressive could be working out in their detriment. But Roach, he's not opting going for a peek just yet onto the side of mid itself, but maybe, but surely they could be able to find it, because you do have to remember, onto the top side of mid, one of the members are going to be holding on down strong. The nanoswarms are going to be going on through, and that is going to be giving away a lot of information, ladies and gentlemen, towards the side of the defenders of where exactly they're going to be playing. But Panther, he's in the prime position to get a couple of his own kills. No one is going to be watching his back for fast enough. Roach is going to be opting to go in for that peek and get the first initial pickup. And already, ladies and gentlemen, 2 versus 3 on the map, maybe able to find something out, but not much just yet. Brad knows exactly where the position of his twin brother is going to be at, and Haku, he's in the prime position to get a couple of kills of his own. This could be working out in his favor. Maybe going in for the peak. It's going to be Haku with the double kill. Oh my god, Haku with the spray transfer coming in clutch for their side of the, but the plan is going to be going through. Haku not going to be able to get that kill, but gets the information for his teammate. 1 versus 1 situation. It's going to be brother versus brother, twin versus twin, and a beautiful play from the side of the attackers. He's going to be able to go all the way. He does have his ultimate as well. Everything to work with, ladies and gentlemen. The spam is going to be coming on through, but it's not going to be enough. With the 100 speed available as well, there is so much time to work with, so much damage to be done. Ladies and gentlemen, this could be all but over. But Brad, he opts to go in for an aggressive peek instead of going in for the Hunter's Fury play. It is gonna be the side of Zegg being able to clutch that one out, and Reed, you played that beautifully under the pressure.
Brad going a bit too Chad there. You don't want to go for the peak. You have the Hunter's Fury. It's a 1v1 situation. As long as you're able to delay the timer with your shots and your shock darts and recombos, it does mean that your Hunter's Fury will just 100% guarantee the round. Even if Reef had pushed aggressively when Brad had pulled out the Hunter's Fury, it would have just meant more time bought for Brad. But Brad, way too aggressive there, and it really feels like that's the kryptonite as well as the biggest advantage of Biryani Power. Aggressive is where they, really thrive, but it's also where they really lose their rounds. And Zegg, as you said, Reef playing that beautifully under such immense pressure, pulling off a clutch to keep his team not just alive in this map, but alive in the tournament as a whole. We're gonna go into this round with Zegg hoping for overtime and Biryani Power hoping to just reconcile for their mistakes.
But surely, let us see what we can find from both of these teams. But at the same time, we do see the pause coming on through, and this basically means that, hey, what exactly can we expect coming out from the side of Zegg themselves? Because Zegg, they have opted to go in for the pause, so they are going to be opting to go in for a different strategy, because this round, this was way too close for comfort. You never want your rounds to be this close, and you never want one of your players to try and clutch it out. We played that beautifully, but at the same time, you can never expect this to come out every single time. So I do hope that the side of Zegg now, they are going to be playing much more on the basis of map control. Previously, they were playing away too defensively, and this was not really working out in their favor. Now playing it much more aggressively instead, taking the pockets of control that we would expect initially to come out from them would be coming out in would be the thing that would be the deciding factor for their side. Because you do have to remember that all the members of the side of Biryani Power, they're playing it aggressively down onto one singular sideline. So if you're able to cut off the rotation plays, if the side of Biryani Power want to go in for a rotate, you're going to be the ones to dictate the pace of this entire matchup, and that is what you need to do against such an aggressive team known as Biryani Power.
Map will start us off, and I do note that with that round, last round, it was really the showstopper causing a big difference with Chromes pushing in. This time, Reef with his Hunter's Fury is trying to do that. Not able to find a kill, but was able to find the tag, but already Dubmania on the push trying to hunt him down. But it will not happen. You will not hunt the Hunter. Reef takes him out and Roach with another. While Haku finds a trade, it's Kusuf chiming in to make it 4v2, and we're all set for overtime. It seems aggressive. 2v4 in an impossible situation for Brad and Haku to pull themselves out of. Let's see if they can do it.
Remember what I stated before, that hey, they need to go in aggressively. That's exactly what they did. I'm just gonna live in the moment because I called it and it exactly happened as I predicted, ladies and gentlemen. Already, the plays are beautiful from the side of Zegg. The ultimate has been popped up from the side of Brad, and maybe, just maybe, Haku could be the deciding factor for them. The ultimate does tag out one, takes him down to really low HP, and Haku in the prime position to shut down everything. Brad, he does get the first initial kill. Haku chime in and one more. Haku with the third. Haku with the freeze. Haku with the 4K with only 30 HP to work with. Very power. At the very end of it all, it was a 2 versus 4 situation, and they were able to clutch it out.
The caster's curse is real. The caster's curse is 100% real.
No.
I mean, I thought it was done. I thought we were going to overtime, but like, nope. Brad and Haku, it's literally what I said when I sent it over to you. Like, let's see if they can pull it off. But that was more of a figure of speech than an actual expectation. Oh my god, Haku with that lurky playstyle, finding a triple kill, just absolutely huge for Biryani Power. From 9-3 to winning the map 13-11 and winning the series as a result, they have just lived up to their expectations. And I'm gonna make sure to get some biryani, hopefully for dinner later, so I can get some of that power for myself. But damn, hats off to Biryani Power. They played a brilliant set.
That last round as well, because I need to break that down just a tiny little bit, because Brad, he opted to go in for such an aggressive swing, allowing Haku to go in for that, because in that situation, you have to remember that Brad gave the information away that 2 members were tagged out by the Thunder's Fury. They were going to be super low. Haku went in for the swing after Brad made first contact onto the side of Market. You have to give it to Brad, though. Getting that first initial headshot was so crispy, but Haku, he used the positioning of Brad so well, played off of him beautifully. And that is the case of Biryani Power when it comes to the entirety of their own attacking half. The crossfires they set up were just so clean in comparison to the side of Zegg, they need to work a little bit more on their crossfires. They were able to understand that, hey, we as a team, we played it a little bit too slow when it came to our own matchups, and they were able to speed up beautifully, but it all came down to the team play coordination when it came to those 2 versus 1 scenarios. They were not able to set up the crossfires. They were not really coordinating together as a team when it came to those retakes. And Biryani Power, they used their experience beautifully to come out on top in that engagement.
Damn, that was a thrilling series, and it was really exciting to watch really all of the stars come up huge. But hey, that was the end of our series in the lower bracket quarterfinals today, and we will be looking forward to watching both of our teams progress today in the later stages of the same. Now, tomorrow onwards, it will be the upper bracket semifinals, so we'll get to see a lot more spicy action as finals week really gets going. If you want to be there on time, you got to hit that subscribe button, get the notifications bell on, and make sure to visit every single stream, because in finals week, it's going to be jam-packed pumping action all the way through, and you don't want to miss a single second of it. Now, while we go off, take the night and come back to you tomorrow. You can also get some shopping done with some amazing deals, some top-class performance storage, purpose-built for gaming, or if you'd like to multitask and game with ease with the AMD Ryzen 5000 series processors. Both of the links can be found in the description below. Go treat yourself, get something new. We're going to sign off today. It was me and Aggressive for this set. Praniti joined me in the earlier set, and we'll see you tomorrow with the WD Black Open Cup powered by AMD Ryzen with the Esports Club as the esports partner. Good night.